With Crimson Vow's release, let's see what's on the move. Welcome to the channel, my pack cracking family, Clever Magic Trevor here on the Clever Magic Community YouTube channel. And it's the Monday MTG Marketing Minute. So, 3 cards, let's get into it. Number 1, Planar Void, up to about $10 on average. This card, let's read it. It's an enchantment. It's a 1-drop. It's black. Whenever a card is put into a graveyard, remove the card from the game. Remove it from the game. What? That's just crazy. And why has it been so low before? It's an uncommon and just spikes up. Well, I attribute this to Umbris Feet Manifest. I just think that this commander right here is going to probably get a lot of cards on the move. Let's read that. Umbris Fear Manifest gets +1/+1 for each card your opponent owns in exile. Well, this one just removes the card from the game. Yes, it puts it in exile. It's in exile. Planar Void. That they just didn't write that before. When Umbris or another nightmare or horror enters the battlefield under your control, target opponent exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile a land card. So listen, we're exiling cards a lot. Anything with exiles probably going to be on the move. And my expectation is in this next week, if this spiked Planar Void this much, I really think Leyline of the Void is on the move. Now, Leyline of the Void has had multiple printings, so it might not be on the move as much. But, you know, I mean, you get that infinite combo, right? It's an infinite combo. I know it's a combo. It might not be infinite, but with Helm of Obedience, with Leyline of the Void. So those two kind of go hand in hand. When one goes up, the other one typically goes up. I just foresee a lot of the cards putting things into exile moving up. But Planar Void up 604% this week. So let's go on to number 2, Serpent of Yawning Depths, up 38%, and actually number 3 is up even more. But let's take a look at this one. This one's up. It was up quite a bit from the very get-go. I think on release it's a Theros card, Beyond Death, and I think it was like $8.50 or something when it first came out, over $8. Now it's back up to around $7. But why? Once again, a commander that I said I think last week was going to make some moves on people and make some moves on cards. Runo Stormkirk. But what does Serpent of Yawning Depth do? It's a 6-drop. That's quite a bit. It's a rare. It's Krakens, Leviathans, Octopuses, and Serpents you control can't be blocked except by Krakens, Leviathans, Octopuses, and Serpents. Pretty sweet. It's already a great card. I already saw a decent amount of play. But what does Runo do? When Runo enters the battlefield, put up to 1 target creature card from your graveyard on top of your library. That's right. You get to get things back, right? At the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. You may reveal the card. If a creature card with mana value 6 or greater revealed this way, transform Runo. Boom. So, look. You're probably going to have, if you're playing Leviathans or Krakens or Serpents or anything like that, you're probably going to have a lot of big drops. That's how those decks typically go. So with this one, it's gonna directly affect that. In fact, I see this card, Serpent of Yawning Depth, going into depths, going into more than just Runo. But Runo really makes it just kind of bling it out, right? The other thing about Serpent of Yawning Depths is you couldn't get it in just standard booster boxes, right? No, you had to get it into the theme boosters. I believe you could get it in the collector's edition, but it's not printed as much as all the other rares, and many of the other rares. And the other reason for this spike was it has been in the talk lately. I saw a professor video, Tellurian Community College, and he mentioned it, and the Command Zone mentioned it the other day. So I expect this to even move even more. I think people are starting to kind of figure it out, and it's a fun card, a super fun card. On to number 3, Lodestone Bobble. Oh man, something from Alliances? Yeah, and it's only in Alliances because, right, it's reserve list, and reserve list cards don't typically make lists like this, and the reason why is because they're up and down and people do buyouts on them. But it's up 85%, up to about 13 and a quarter. It's a 0 drop, and really, I've only ever seen it in Urza Lord High commander decks. Other than that, I've never seen it played before. And the reason why in Urza is because cheap artifacts, and that's all that matters. Is you can lay it down for nothing, and that's the biggest thing. But we mentioned a few weeks ago that a card from Crimson Vow was affecting a different card, and that card was Cultivator Colossus. Yeah, that big boy 7-drop. It's a star trample cultivator. Colossus power and toughness are equal to the number of lands you control. When it enters the battlefield, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. If you do, draw a card and repeat this process. What does the bobble do? Sacrifice the bobble to put up to 4 target basic lands from any player's graveyard on top of his or her library in any order. So if you're able to get some lands into your graveyard, then you stack up the top of your library with 4 lands, and you just keep repeating it with Cultivator Colossus, it gets stupid, right? It gets stupid. So this one's probably going to be on the move even more because it's reserve lit, because it goes so well with Cultivator Colossus. And I do think we're going to probably see this card at probably about $20 soon. It's reserve list. So, people loved reserve list already, and now you got a playable reserve list, and it's only in Alliances because it's on reserve list. Yeah, it's on the move. And that is your Monday Marketing Minute, and I appreciate y'all. We'll catch you on the next video.